Well, good morning, Nigeria. And today, let's pause for a moment. No rush, no pretense. Don't worry, just calm down. Let's strip away the everyday chatter and get real here. I want to ask you a question. How are you doing? I don't mean the automatic response that you toss out whenever you're asked that question. I mean, truly, how are you feeling this moment? In this relentless whirlwind that has become our daily existence? Because truth is, if we're being honest, it hasn't been very easy for all Nigerians. For months, even for a year, the everyday Nigerian has battled forces beyond control, and yet, with every sunrise, we all rise too. You keep stepping out the door each day with a gritty smile, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, but refusing to let it crush your spirit. And that is the mark of true resilience. And it deserves recognition. So hear to every Nigerian out there. For so long, it's been endless policies that tried and failed to touch your daily life, that beat you down. But no, Nigerians are tougher than that. It's not the empty promises. I mean, hey, the speeches that go on forever and go nowhere, or the countless plans that never see the light of day. It's not even the long-standing absence of power that gets you down. Somehow, we found ways to manage that. In most homes, generators hum through the entire night, and even businesses too, and markets. And despite the constant battle with blackouts, every Nigerian out there, we still find light in the darkest of places. But the truth is, the blow, well, they've been coming from all sides lately, and they haven't even let up. For some, it's the cost of living, tidal waves that have drowned families, even the most resilient among us, and the prices of food, transportation, and basic necessities, they're becoming very unbearable. Now, the average Nigerian can't seem to catch a break. There's always something, an obstacle in the form of one policy or the other, or a lack of basic amenity that other nations seem to take for granted, that we keep chasing after. But we keep going because that's what Nigerians do. But every family, every person has a breaking point. And just when we thought that we had a firm grip on things, the government hits us with another fuel price hike. We've barely had time to recover from the last one, and now we're staring down the barrel of high transportation fares, even higher, worsening hunger, and an economy that seems to be pushing more of us to the edge. It's driving us crazy. In places like Lagos, Abuja, and Kano last week, the ripple effects are already becoming very, very evident, with commuters stranded, businesses cutting costs, families struggling to put food on the table. And it's not just about fuel, it's the domino effect of the entire economy. We've become experts at survival. Yeah, but the question you should ask is, please, who did we offend to be handed yet another burden? The truth is, Nigeria's struggles are no longer stories. The latest chapter is this, not just another series of unfortunate events, and we just keep taking them. But here's the thing. You, the everyday Nigerian, you refuse to bend under the weight. No matter how hard things get, you show up, you fight back, you survive. And that in itself is a revolution. But the question is, at what point do we say enough is enough? How much more can we take? There's a difference between surviving and thriving. And while we've mastered the art of surviving, it's time to shift focus. We cannot afford to be passive players in our own lives anymore. The era of sitting back and letting things happen to us has just ended. We can't allow unaccountability to be the norm, letting those in power make decisions that impact our lives without considering the true weight of their actions. We need to take charge. We need to ask questions, demand answers, and hold our leaders accountable. That's my philosophy. As Nigerians, our strength is undeniable, but so too must be our awareness of the civic duties that are ours. We need to rise not just as individuals, but as a collective force that demand for better. We're not powerless. In fact, we hold more power than we even imagine, but only if we choose to wield it. Whether it's through voting, speaking out, or simply staying informed, each of us has a role to play in shaping the future of this nation. So, Nigeria, hold your head up high. The road may be rough, the challenges many, but we are not defeated. We are the ones who will rebuild, reimagine, and reclaim our future. And it starts today. And While I was focused on knowing how the viewers is faring, I might have inadvertently forgotten to ask my co-host here today, Judith, how she's doing. So, Judith at TB, how are you doing?
You know what my answer always is, don't you?
Tell me again.
I'm doing, oh. I'm doing. I'm just doing.
You see, that's the resilience for every Nigerian out there. You're exactly one sample of 250 million people. We're doing.
Oh, yes.
We're just
we are doing.
In any case, now let's dive into today's stories. Let's keep the energy alive. Let's examine the headlines, challenge the narratives, and engage with the issues that matter most. Stay with us here as we start today's series for Breakfast Extra. Welcome and good morning.